Finally, the weather cooperating enough to get back out here at the hide and do another rifle benchtop review. Today we've got another Howa. I know I did one video on the Howa before. That one was in 308. This one here is actually in 6.5 Creedmoor. I've seen it at the local shop, and I didn't even know Howa was making a 6.5 Creedmoor right now. And not only that, it's also in a heavy barrel. This sports a 24-inch heavy contour barrel, 4-round internal box mag. It's got the, this actually come as their Target Master package. Come with a set of rings, their scope base, and a 3.5 to 10 Nico Sterling scope, which is pretty much worthless on a 6.5 Creedmoor, which is why it's not on here. But today I'm just using the Test Mule BS8 Tactical 6 to 24 scope and a set of mystery rings out of the box from the gun safe, and we're gonna shoot a couple of groups just to see how it does. This rifle has the same feel overall as the 20-inch Target Master in 308 that I did. The real limiting factor to these rifles here is the stock. I just sighted it in 110 yards, and the rifle shoots good, but it's very, to me, uncontrollable with the stock. It just doesn't have a good, I guess, shooting characteristics with this stock. It is so flimsy in the forend. The trigger is decent. It's nice for a factory trigger. The two-stage is nice. It kind of reminds me of like the two-stage national match and like a Rock River AR-15, which is nice. If I end up keeping this rifle, which I may, because I've been wanting to do some videos on 6.5 Creedmoor anyway, but just hadn't had the chance or the opportunity. So we may do a few other upgrades to this, but one thing that the Howa package does have going for it is you can get the 10-round detachable box mag conversion kit from ATI for it. Legacy Sports offers that. I have bought it. It's not on here yet, but for less than, I think I gave $79 for it, and that's the bottom portion as well as the 10-round polymer magazine. And it is polymer, but the feel and fit of it seems pretty good. But I did go ahead and already had a local smith put on a tactical bolt knob. That's probably my biggest pet peeve about the Howa, is that they have this little tiny bolt knob. It works, of course, and no, you don't have to fix it, but just for me, it was well worth the money. But we'll take a few groups here, shots. Since I've only got 2 available loads today, I've got a 120 grain AMAX and some of the new 140 grain ELD match. We'll do a couple 5-shot groups. We'll walk down, see how it does, and go from there. Like I said, the action is really smooth on these rifles. It's kind of shocking. If you've never shot a Howa, take the opportunity to try one. It's definitely well worth the effort, and you'll probably be pleasantly surprised at how well they do shoot. Now, like I said, I'm really not expecting too much because of this stock. It would be good for a hunting rifle, but to set off of a bench or lay down prone off of a bipod, you're wasting your time with it. You're going to get groups all over the place. But we'll try some here and just see what it does. This is straight out of the box. Nothing's been done to the rifle other than putting on a little bit higher magnification scope and the boat handle. And again, this is a 2-stage trigger, so you got a take up and then a break. It's a little heavier than what I'm used to with the Savage rifles, but it's not bad. All right. That's about what I expect so far. We'll try this last round here and see what we can do. All right, not bad at all. Okay. Everybody that I've talked to about this caliber and have read about it, this rifle does use a 1 1/8 twist, which from all the information that I've gathered is really good for the 140 grain stuff. I've heard a lot of good things about the 140 grain projectiles. So again, this is not going to be a rifle that I'm going to hand load for, as I mentioned before in some of the other videos. I just don't have the time. But to get this type of accuracy out of a factory rifle with factory ammo, it's pretty appealing. This will be my first time shooting the new Hornady ELD projectiles. Let's see how they do. Alright. Again, 5 shots, 110 yards. Alright, I can see why people like the 140 grain stuff, that's for sure. Let me grab the camera, I'll give you guys a close-up of the rifle real quick, go over a few other things. Like I said, the feel of the whole stock is really nice. It does feel good, but that's about as far as it goes. It is horrendous to try to shoot off the bench or anything like that. But as again I said, it's a blued 24-inch bull barrel, or semi-bull, I guess. It is target crowned. The fit and finish of most all Howa rifles, this one's no exception. It feels really good. The bolt, really slick, really slick. I'll give you guys a view of that trigger here. But as you can see, you go to pull it, it has that initial take up like that, and then it breaks, which it is nice. It's not bad, don't misunderstand me, but it's no AccuTrigger. It needs to be about, I'd say at least a half a pound to maybe a pound lighter than what it is. I don't have a trigger gauge, but I'd say it's probably around 3.5-ish, maybe 4. If it was around 2.5 to 3, it would be ideal. Like I said, just a cheap scope for now, just to get some preliminary results, but we'll take a walk down to the backstop here and see what kind of groups we got real quick. I definitely like the Howa rifles, as most of you guys know in some of the other videos, even the other Howa video that I did. I'm definitely a Savage fan and not scared to admit it either, but it's fun trying different rifles every now and again, and the Howa is definitely a maybe one of the best kept secrets in the precision rifle world, I think, personally. They shoot great. They just don't have the notoriety as some of the other brands like your Remington and Savage, of course, but I've been to many matches where guys have shot Howas and have done quite well. Biggest limiting factor out of the box, as I mentioned, is probably the trigger. Probably has something to do with it, as well as most definitely that stock. But yeah, it's not bad, not bad. It said the target on the left is the one I shot with the 120 grain AMAX, and I pulled that last shot there, as you can see. But here's a quarter, so I mean, this is at 110 yards, so that's not bad. That's factory ammo out of a factory rifle with one of the most horrendous stocks that I've ever used as far as flexing goes. But here's that 140 grain. Yeah, that I like. That I really like. That is factory ammo, guys. 140 grain Hornady match ELD 6.5 Creedmoor. That is a great group out of a rifle that doesn't even have 50 rounds to it yet. But as always, if any of you guys got any questions, feel free to give me a shout. I'd be glad to help. Stay tuned for follow-up videos on this one. There may be a couple extra parts. I will do a install video of the 10 round detachable box mag. They currently do not offer a 6.5 Creedmoor version of that, but from whatever I've been told and from what I've read, the 308 version may very well work. So just stay tuned for that video. We'll see what happens with that, and as far as the other upgrade videos of the rifle. Thanks guys, see ya, bye.